What is this? Ditto, my beloved. I pulled it off. Okay, what did you pull off? Show me. The Mad Lad whipped out the Ditto. Putting a fourth energy onto that Ditto. Copy anything. You do have to have the same energy as the ability. Copying the side drive. Lethal damage actually knocked out a Mewtwo. Ain't no way. Ditto just beat Mewtwo, a top tier deck. I am copying this deck 100%. Let's go. The Mad Lad did not share their deck, so I'm going to go on the quest onto PokemonMeta.com to build the most perfect Ditto deck that can exist. So first off, let's click on Ditto and see if there are any Ditto decks. Is there one? No. So no tournament tops whatsoever among these 800 plus tournaments. Oh my goodness. So what I'm going to now do is, what do we copy with the Ditto? We could have any two energy we want. So we're going to go on the card page to see the most popular cards in order. So I think a trap with Ditto would be to have an electric energy. A bad idea because the Pikachu EX has the ability of dealing 30 damage per electric type on your bench, which we're not going to have. So we're going to forego the electric energy, and instead, we're going to be copying psychic energy. So with our deck, even with no psychic Pokemon within our deck, we're going to change our base energy to psychic. And then up next, we have the choice of either going with water or fire. Why not both? Well, I don't want to play 3 different energies, so you know what? I feel like Charizard has been more popular on the ladder than Articuno, but that's going to be up to you. Yourself, you choose if you want to either play all 3 energies, which is going to be Psychic, Water, and Fire, or go with what I'm doing, which is going to be just Psychic and just Fire for our Ditto. Now that we chose our 2 energies that we're going to be copying for Ditto, we now have to choose our base deck to put Ditto into. Ideally, it's going to be a colorless deck or a deck that just does not use up any specific energy. So scrolling on down here to the most popular tournament topping cards, we then see Wheezing. Wheezing requires no energy because we don't use dark energy. We're not going to tackle. We're just going to use Gas Leak. So we're just going to poison them, deal 10 damage every single turn. So let's hop on over to the top decks page, and we're going to type in Wheezing. Wheezing is here, and we have the options of putting it into a Koga deck. So Koga looking like that, but Koga is using dark energy, so we do not want that. Now Alakazam's going to use Psychic. Dragonite uses the other energy. Oh my goodness, this is it. Wigglytuff, a colorless energy deck. So this got top 16 of a 150 player event. We could also see a 300 player event for top 32, and then a 470 for top 16. This is perfect. We are going to be copying this. And here is the deck we're going to be ending up playing. We are using Psychic / Fire energy only. Optionally, you could swap Fire for Water or use all 3, which will make the deck a lot less consistent. We're going to be spamming Sleepy Song onto the opponent to keep them asleep. And we're also going to be chain poisoning with Wheezing onto their active Pokemon, dealing 10 damage every single turn. And then we're going to be waiting in the darkness, in the alley. We have Ditto as it slowly builds up energy to ideally copy the most popular Pokemon, being something like a Mewtwo EX, dealing a 150 side drive to take out a Mewtwo. Or even better, we're going to copy the effect of a Charizard EX, dealing a 200 damage Crimson Storm, as you can see right there. Let's go. Going first, the turn 1 coughing in the main spot here. Our ideal play will be to stall them with the coughing and Wigglytuff and then whip out the Ditto for game. Can we pull it off? It is against a Psychic deck. And we have Fire and Psychic energy only, so a 50% chance we are going to be ready. So we're going to be passive for our first turn, and we're going to gather some intel on our opponent. So we look up Ralts here. Ralts is played obviously in a Mewtwo deck. So let's bring up one of these Mewtwo decks. How about the second place one from a recent tournament? The Psychic Drive, Side Drive, is 2 Psychic plus 2 colorless. So we could have up to 2 Fire energies be wasted on the Ditto, and then we're going to copy the Side Drive. Now, what's absolutely insane here is the Mewtwo is 150 health, and the Side Drive is 150 damage. So it's just as good as a Ditto if we could get enough energy quickly. Now, unfortunately, because they are a Mewtwo-focused deck, they're going to have the Gardevoir. Gardevoir is going to build up that energy so much more quickly onto their Mewtwo. So we need our non-EX Pokemon to take those hits, and then Ditto's going to finish off that Mewtwo. They're going to know it. So let's get Wheezing onto the Ralts on field. Let's start poisoning. Now we could safely use the Gas Leak without fear of it ending our turn. The abilities do not end our turn, only an attack would. And what is definitely unfortunate here is the Wiggly's got no Jiggly. Where is our stage base Pokemon here? All right, let's end our turn and burn. 10 damage at the end of every turn. That Ralts will very quickly be dying unless they're willing to waste an energy onto it to retreat it, or they could use an X speed, which does, there you go. Unfortunately, it does heal the poison. Now, is it unfortunate, or would that be too insane for the bench Pokemon to all be poisoned up and then just start dying on the bench? Poison would probably be one of the most broken mechanics. All right, sure, we'll just poison the new one. That's fine. We're slowly building up, and that's exactly what I want to see. We have a Psychic Energy being built up there, and we're going to be whipping out that Ditto soon. And we do not want to pull Ditto out until there is a Mewtwo for us to one-shot with Ditto, because we do not want their Mewtwo to kill our Ditto, which essentially is another copy of the Mewtwo. Poison them up, poison them up. See, what's crazy here is we are dealing damage for free as they're dealing no damage to us, and we're building up our Ditto. So it's very important for the next energy after this one that shows it's going to be Psychic to again be Psychic if he decides to whip out that Mewtwo early. Mewtwo will be one-shotting us. Shuffle our hand back, fine, I'm okay with that. I only cared about my field. Give me a Jiggly, please. Nothing. Okay, we got a Professor Research though, that's pretty good. That's fine, I'll take it. Now, we're gonna find out. Yes, double Psychic Energy, that is exactly what I want to see. So we're going to now be increasing our chance for a base Pokemon by using the Professor Research first. Yeah, buddy, we got that Jiggly. And now we're going to be grabbing a Coughing. Hopefully, I didn't want a Coughing. Yes. So now we could draw into the Wiggly and we'll be in a good spot here. We don't need to poison again. And we just let the Ralts die over 2 turns. And we're just setting up the back row. Perfect. Ditto's gonna get ready to kill. So they're now in a spot where if we kill the Ralts, killing the Mewtwo's game. It's over from there. That's it. Can we snipe that Mewtwo for game? They're gonna have pressure to pull the Ralts out because even that 1 point, putting them in lethal range with a Mewtwo on field, they do not want that. So they have another X speed. That's gonna have to be wasteful, yes. Sabrina push back. Okay, I will put my Coughing forward, right? Sure, not a problem. That is fine. I could Kogo it back if I want to. I'm not even attacking with Wheezing. Actually, I'm just going to evolve the newly summoned Coughing into a second copy of Wheezing. He knows he's screwed. He knows he's in big trouble. He knows that he's about to lose to a Ditto. Imagine losing a Ditto. All right, we don't need to poison again, end our turn. And if you just leave that Ralts, it's over. You are now going to be down a point. We're going to poison up the new Ralts. And then all we have to do is one-shot your Mewtwo with Ditto for game. Oh boy, 150 for 150. This is amazing. They're probably cannot believe this as they put a Mewtwo to the forefront. What are you doing? This is not a good trade. You have to remember, Ditto is not an EX Pokemon. It probably should be with how good it is, right? I'm kidding. But it's trading 1 point for 2 points. All right, gladly gonna whip out the Ditto. Yes, you have no more energy anywhere else on the field. You are in big trouble as we're now gonna start building up our Jigglypuff. Yeah, or should I? We have to detach how many Psychic Energies here? 2, right? To do it? Yeah, detach 2 Psychic Energy. So the Fire Energy onto it, it's not gonna be beneficial. Let's set up the Jiggly there. Let's not play the other one. And let's copy the effect. We'll copy the benched one. Yes, I'll copy that one. Thank you very much. To kill the one in the active spot, lethal damage, side drive. Yes, 4 energy attached to that. We are up a point with a Ditto on field that we're going to be more quickly building up the energy on the Ditto to get you. I think we're going to X-speed it back for the Wheezing. We'll Wheeze onto the Mewtwo, and then we'll set up the Ditto again. Conceded to a Ditto. That is what I'm talking about. Yes, Ditto victory. Going second, we're going to be on the attack with our Ditto, and we are hard opening up that Ditto, which is not ideal. We also don't know what we're playing against. We have a Psychic Energy as our first play. Show me the way. What are we playing against? Meowth. Ooh, we could copy Payday and draw every single turn. So we are literally a better Meowth since we have a higher base health of 70 versus 60, and we're going to draw every turn, hopefully, into, we need a Jiggly into Wiggly, or we also need a Coughing into Wheezing. So this Pokeball, anything but a Ditto would be pretty good. Ooh, we're going to be copying Fire. We are playing Psychic and Fire. It's going to be a 50% chance every turn deciding what our next energy will be. It does not, unfortunately, cycle between the two. It is completely random. So we could just have Psychic for the entire game, and that would be absolutely horrible. Now, what's great about the Moltres is the Heat Blast is just one fire. With one, we gotta, oh, where's my hand? He returned the hand back in the deck. We got a Wheezing, Coughing, Wheezing. I think you just made my hand better. Thank you very much. What the heck? So as I was saying before, I was rudely interrupted by the red card, which he also used a hand scope to look at our hand first. We are going to be copying the Moltres with just one fire energy for 70 damage, even though it's just on the bench. So let's set up our Psychic energy, get ready to payday, but first, whip out the Coughing. We're not going to X speed it back. We're fine with this. Ditto, payday, copy anything. We can even copy the Moltres, which is insane. Copy, draw a card, bop them for 10 damage. Yes, yeah, oh, another Coughing, sure. So 2 Coughing is really ideal if you have Koga to return back the Wheezing, so that you could immediately evolve it the turn you return it back, and it will put it back in the active spot. Both of us drawing, thanks to your Meowth. Jiggly. We are ready to get Jiggly up in here. Let's summon up the Jiggly, put a Wheezing onto the field. I do think I want to draw more. I want to be greedy. I'm not going to X speed the Ditto back, and I do want to continually build up the Ditto, even though, unfortunately, we already know the next energy, again, is going to be Psychic and not Fire. Otherwise, next turn, we could have been killing the Meowth for 70 damage. We're not going to potion up. We're going to set up the Coughing also, and let's get copying. Copy Meowth, payday, burn for 10. Come to me off the top of the deck. We need that Wiggly. We need to get Wiggly, not wiggling. Damn. All right, sure. I think we have to start building up the Jiggly right after this. Yeah, we're going to put this third Psychic energy onto the Jigglypuff because this is not so good. They are swapping. The Moltres is going to start building up fire energy onto that Charmander. This is a problem. We are on a turn clock now, but it being a fire deck and us having fire energy, that is definitely a benefit here. Please whiff it, please. Yes. Let's go. I thought only my coin flips are bad. Professor Research will turn off a supporter card, but that's okay. You really should think about that. If you have a Yu-Gi-Oh mindset of always draw before making your play, that could screw you up in Pokemon. Always think about your other supporter card first, and then use Professor Research. We draw, oh, another one, oh, another Ditto. In fact, I still do not have Wiggly. So what's funny about this is as we start building up our Jigglypuff, since I'm not happy with our hand, I will be able to copy the effect of the Meowth again. Yup, let's copy it. Copy the Meowth. So this is another very cool benefit of the Ditto, giving us the versatility of copying any effect on the field given the circumstance. We have another Pokeball. I think we have another Jiggly in the deck. That's it, right? Yeah. We have both Dittos, both Coughings, one more Jiggly. So we'd want to pull it out of the deck before using the Professor Research. And then soon, we will be able to put them to sleep permanently with the Wigglytuff. And again, screwed on the next energy. I promise you I'm playing Fire and Psychic. I don't know what's going on here, but the excess Psychic energy will just simply be used onto our Jigglypuff. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. six coins in a row. Flippin' tails. All right, let's Pokeball the final Jiggly. Yep. Pull it out. And now that our deck is thin to simply just 6 cards left, let's Professor Research. We have to draw a Wiggly here. We've been drawing out our whole deck, basically, and here we go. Just like that, Wiggly has been whipped out. We got double Wheezing and the Wiggly. I think it's now time to retreat back the Ditto, and let's put the second energy onto the Wiggly. And by retreating back the Ditto, we could Gas Leak onto the Moltres to get an extra 20 damage here instead of copying the effect to draw again. So let's X-speed it so we can maintain the energy onto the Ditto and then use our energy-less effect of the Wheezing to just cough on the opponent, and then we're going to whip out Wiggly right after. Gas Leak, boom. Now, we should be drawing the Koga very shortly. It should be here soon. Where is it? 4 cards left, and 2 of them are 2 Kogas. And we got the super wombo combo of the Weezings protecting our life points and our other Pokemon. Build it up. Remember, 6 coin flips have been tails. Are your coin flips broken, mate? What you got? 7 tails. 8 tails. 8 tails. Can I really be mad? 1 in 9 coin flips, 1 heads. There is the Koga. That is what I'm talking about. Very well done. You are going to remain poisoned here, as I'm now going to whip out the Wiggly. And we do have Koga to return us back, so that is absolutely perfect. Very happy that we got out that early poison. And now Wiggly, let's get to it. Let's do it. Let's summon our Coughing back into our bench. We're going to be evolving into a Weezing soon. This Pokeball is dead, but they could still use a red card to return it back in the deck, so I would encourage you to just use it, which I should have done in the last turn, right? 80 damage. Let's put the fool to sleep. Sleeping and poison at the same time, right? Right? Oh, yeah. Yup. You're poisoned and sleeping. They're going to flip up to try to wake up. 10 coin flips, only 1 heads. I love it. And now the Moltres is dead. That's it. It's going to take 10 damage at the end of their turn. What did I say about the red card? What did I say? They're going to return my dead Pokeball back in the deck. I do not want it back in the deck. Let's freaking do it. Wow. Oh, you're going to scope my hand out? Shouldn't you look at my hand first, then return it back? All right, I guess you could now know what's upcoming. Flip it up. It does not matter. It's going to be dead at the end of my turn, nonetheless. So we do want to consider maybe setting up something here, since that Pokemon is already going to be dead. Ideally, if I had something like a Sabrina to push it back, I guess it would then survive the poison. It gets unpoisoned, so that would not be a good idea. Wow, it is now awake. Too bad you are still poisoned, mate. Jiggly to our hand, and now we have double fire. So the Ditto is 200 damage waiting to happen. This is so freaking perfect. I could not believe it. We pretty much have a guaranteed victory here. Let's simply end our turn. I don't have to activate the Wiggly, kill the Moltres, and now Charmeleon or the other one, it does not matter. Whatever you put forward, I will kill it with the Ditto. If you summon a Charizard, it's over. It's over. Summon the Charizard. I hope you do. Yes. Charizard EX, we're actually going to copy the Crimson Storm for 200 damage, wiping out the Charizard. The end is near. Goodbye, Wiggly. You put up a great fight. Thank you very much. Now, to the forefront, in the active spot, my best Pokemon, Ditto. And by my best Pokemon, I'll be using your best Pokemon. Let's put up that final fire enter. Conceded! Surrendering to a Ditto? Ain't no way. Wiggly, get out of here. It was all Ditto. We got Coughing plus the Weezing and a backup Ditto. Let's get to it. Let's do it. We're going to poison them up, and then we're going to finish them with the Ditto. Ideally, we do have a Jiggly with that Pokeball search. Come to me. Begin. Yes, another Mewtwo deck. Pokeball, sure. Search your deck. You're going to need it, mate. Pokeball again. Back-to-back balls. Professor, research after back-to-back ball on top of ball. This dude definitely is going to have the Gardevoir set up after thinning out the deck that much and drawing 2. Absolutely absurd. Of course, you have that Mewtwo EX. Expected. That's fine. But we're going to start Weezing on you, and we do have our upcoming energy being a Psychic. So let's Pokeball for our Jiggly. Come to me, Jiggly. Yes, there we go. And now we are going to be setting up the Psychic onto Ditto. Not going to do so onto the Jiggly because I have Cope. I have Cope that the Ditto is going to reach the 4 energy before Mewtwo, and then we can one-shot that Mewtwo. That is what we want to be doing. That Mewtwo's got 2 points on its head, and the Ditto and all of our other Pokemon besides the Wiggly itself is only considered 1 point. So we could trade off the Pokemon as long as the poison is enough to kill off a Ralts. Then Ditto killing that Mewtwo is going to be game. Oh boy. Yeah, they're going to set up that Gardevoir. So even if we set up an early Weezing poison, being able to pull it back into the bench and then cure from the poison will definitely be an issue. And I would be expecting an X speed to be whipped out soon so that they're not going to be behind on the energy curve. Yes. Or they're gonna hopefully, what are you doing? You're gonna smack me? Really? 30 damage smack? Have you lost your marbles? What's going on here? That is perfect. We have Psychic as our follow-up. Let's research our deck. Draw 2, X speed of our own. We have Koga. Oh boy, this is looking so good. I can't wait. Set up the Wheezing, set up the Wiggly, and let's build up that 4 Psychic energy onto the Ditto. And for free, without using any energy, let's Gas Leak. Yeah, buddy. Let's go. And now it's going to be 4 of our turns and 4 of your turns for that total 80 damage. Oh, yeah. Smack me. I can't believe you're going to get smacking. Giovanni smack, a boosted smack onto my Wheezing. Red card. Okay, I don't care about my hand anyway. That's fine with me. Another Wiggly, another Ditto. Okay, so we have a backup Ditto if we want. We could still Koga the Wheezing back to our hand. Absolutely fine. All right, let's go. Ditto is ready and waiting. We could also heal onto our Wheezing, which I will be doing. So let's get to it. Let's potion onto the Wheezing. We don't have to activate the Gas Leak again. Let's set up the other Ditto into the back, or I could wait for another maybe Jiggly if we want to swap between those. That is fine. End our turn. Let's go. We do not want to waste a Ditto attack onto a non-Mewtwo. We want Ditto to just be for game. So once we have that Ditto set up, we could whip out the Wigglytuff, and maybe the Wiggly's going to have to give us that first blow, get that 1 point. Potion it up, that's fine. So you just saved yourself 2 more turns and smack our Wheezing. Ooh, we're now going to have a Jinx to play against. 20 damage for each energy attached to your opponent's active Pokemon. So we're definitely going to have to make some plays with that Wigglytuff. So we are in the range where Wheezing will not die to a Giovanni boosted up smack, so we can safely, we're going to start building up the Wiggly because we already have the 2 Psychic on the Ditto. So as soon as the Ditto needs to come out, that's when we're going to put its 4th and final energy onto it. No pressure here yet. We're just going to chill with the poison and then whip out the Wiggly when needed. We're going to use Koga to return back the Wheezing for free. The heck is a Golett? Mega Punch for 50. We have a random mishmash of Psychic Pokemon within this deck. That's fine. Where's your Gardevoir at, huh? 4 cards left in your deck and there's no Gardevoir. I'm loving it. Or are you giving up on your Mewtwo? You know that whipping out that Mewtwo is going to get you killed. Now we have to absolutely pull the Wheezing out of here. No question. We're going to set up another Jiggly. One of them is going to be a Meat Shield. And yep, that's going to be fine. Let's put up the other Psychic energy onto the Wigglytuff. And then let's Koga the Wheezing back and then block with 140 energy. This is ideal. So we're going to sweep with the Wiggly and then finish with the Ditto. Let's play the Coughing here, ready to evolve it up next turn. We're not going to retreat. Pass right back to you. Let's go. Ooh, Gorlurk? What the? Double Lariat? Flip 2 coins, deal 100 for each heads. 200 damage. That is nuts. That is like the Marowak. All right, fine. It's going to take a while to build that up, though. And Wiggly will be killing off your Kirlia. Kirlia. Smack me for 40, which is actually a good idea. We're now in lethal range of the Gorlurk, dealing just 100 damage to take out the Wiggly until we top-decked a much-needed poison. Not poison, but potion. We're not going to poison our own Wigglytuff. As we now evolve into our Wheezing, and then evolve into our second Wiggly, which could eat up some damage if needed. And now we are perfectly set up. Sleepy Song for 80 damage, and then whip out the Ditto for game. Let's get to it. Let's do it. Sleepy Song. Boom. Now it still puts them to sleep after killing them, sure. Or whiting them out. +1 point. Let's do it. Let's do it. Ditto is ready with that one shot. We have that 150 damage ready. Now, the Gorlurk does have that opportunity to kill off our Wigglytuff. This is going to be quite random. Oh, my goodness. And you also have to not only randomly flip your coins to get double heads on the Lariat, you also have to flip heads to no longer be asleep. So because this Wigglytuff, you know what, I'm going to just put the 4th energy onto the Ditto. Let's just set it up early. Let's get to it. Let's not waste time. Let's Sleepy Song it up. 80 damage. So the big question is, will Gorlurk be able to defeat our Wigglytuff? Tails. Come on. Yes! Wigglytuff will in fact be killing the Gorlurk. Yes. Now it's actually beneficial for the Ditto to continue to gain more psychic energy because we're going to keep on copying the effect of the Mewtwo EX. By detaching 2 psychic energy, you deal 150. That is very much important. Freeing up the Gorlurk, all right, as the Wigglytuff will now kill you. We do not have another follow-up psychic, but let's put the 5th one onto the Ditto. And just like that, Wigglytuff, Sleepy Song for 80 damage. Yes. And now whatever you put up is a one-shot kill with our Ditto, copying your Mewtwo EX. Jinx. I don't want to finish this off with a Jinx. You now have nothing left in your deck. Do you finally have your Gardevoir or what? What is going on, my friend? All right, waiting. Conceded. Wigglytuff. So there you go. You don't even need your Ditto to help finish off the games. You got Wigglytuff putting them to sleep, poisoning with the Wheezing, and then if needed, the final play with Ditto, finish them off. Thank you for watching this video. I greatly appreciate it. Do consider hopping on over to discord.gg/Pokemon Meta to check out the whale code share channel where you could add whales, which are big spenders in Pokemon Pocket, to your friends list, so you have a much better wonder pick for when you get picking. And we also have top tier deck type channels here. Let's say if we click on Pikachu EX, active discussion, click on the pinned messages to also see great guides on how to play these decks in addition to using just PokemonMeta.com. Check out the top decks page, check out whatever deck you want. You could even check out a specific card to see what decks it's being used in. And with that said, let's go.